Hello, YouTube fan. Get ready for an amazing video experience. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Northwest Caucasian languages. We hope you find it enlightening. The Northwest Caucasian languages, also called West Caucasian, Abkhazo-Adyghean, Abkhazo-Circassian, Circassic, or sometimes Pontic languages, is a family of languages spoken in the northwestern Caucasus region, chiefly in three Russian republics: Adygea, Kabardino-Balkaria, Karachay, Cherkessia, the disputed territory of Abkhazia, Georgia, and Turkey, with smaller communities scattered throughout the Middle East. The group's relationship to any other language family is uncertain and unproven. One language, Ubykh, became extinct in 1992, while all of the other languages are in some form of endangerment, with UNESCO classifying all as either vulnerable, endangered, or severely endangered. The Northwest Caucasian languages possess highly complex sets of consonant distinctions paired with the lack of vowel distinctions, often providing archetypical cases of vertical vowel systems, also known as linear vowel systems. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore phonetics from a different angle. Linguistic reconstructions suggest that both the richness of the consonantal systems and the poverty of the vocalic systems may be the result of a historical process, whereby vowel features such as labialization and palatalization were reassigned to adjacent consonants. For example, ancestral may have become, losing the old vowels but gaining the new consonants and. The linguist John Caruso has further postulated that some instances of this may also be due to the leveling of an old grammatical class prefix system, so may have become, on the basis of pairs like Ubykh versus Kabardino and Abkhazo. This same process is claimed by some to lie behind the development of labials in Proto-Indo-European, which once neighbored Proto-NWC. In this section, we'll be deep diving into lack of distinctive vowels and wealth of distinctive consonants, unraveling its complexities and uncovering valuable insights. The entire family is characterized by a paucity of phonemic vowels, 2 or 3, depending upon the analysis, coupled with rich consonantal systems that include many forms of secondary articulation. Ubykhs, for example, had 2 vowels and probably the largest inventory of consonants outside southern Africa. In the next segment, we'll be exploring grammar and its implications for our subject matter. Northwest Caucasian languages have rather simple noun systems, with only a handful of cases at the most, coupled with highly agglutinative verbal systems that can contain almost the entire syntactic structure of the sentence. All finite verbs are marked for agreement with 3 arguments: absolutive, ergative, and indirect object, and there are also a wide range of applicative constructions. There is a split between dynamic and stative verbs, with dynamic verbs having an especially complex morphology. A verb's morphemes indicate the subject's and object's person, place, time, manner of action, negative, and other types of grammatical categories. All Northwest Caucasian languages are left branching, so that the verb comes at the end of the sentence and modifiers such as relative clauses precede a noun. Northwest Caucasian languages do not generally permit more than one finite verb in a sentence, which precludes the existence of subordinate clauses in the Indo-European sense. Equivalent functions are performed by extensive arrays of nominal and participial non-finite verb forms, though Abkhaz appears to be developing limited subordinate clauses, perhaps under the influence of Russian. Now, let's redirect our focus towards classification and discover its significance in our narrative. Thumb up right Northwest Caucasian family tree. There are 5 recognized languages in the Northwest Caucasian family: Abkhaz, Abkhazo, Kabardino or East Circassian, Adygea or West Circassian, and Ubykh. They are classified as follows: Northwest Caucasian family. Abkhazo-Adyghean. Abkhazo 49,800 speakers. Abkhaz 190,110 speakers. Circassian. Adygea 590,000. Kabardino 1,685,000. Ubykh. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of Circassian dialect continuum and their profound significance. Circassian Cherkessia is a cover term for the series of dialects that include the literary languages of Adygea and Kabardino. Prepare yourself for an eye-opening discussion on Adygea in the upcoming portion of this video. Adygea is one of the more widely spoken Northwest Caucasian languages. It has 500,000 speakers spread throughout Russia and the Middle East, 280,000 in Turkey, 125,000 in Russia, where it is official in the Republic of Adygea, 45,000 in Jordan, 25,000 in Syria, 20,000 in Iraq, and 4,000 in Israel. There is even a small community in the United States. 4 main dialects are recognized: Temergoi, Ubykh, Shapsu and Psu, as well as many minor ones such as Hakuchi spoken by the last speakers of Ubykh in Turkey. Adygea has many consonants, between 50 and 60 consonants in the various Adygea dialects, but it has only 3 phonemic vowels. Its consonants and consonant clusters are less complex than the Abkhazo dialects. In the upcoming section, we'll be shining a light on Kabardino. Kabardino has just over 1 million speakers, 550,000 in Turkey and 450,000 in Russia, where it is an official language of the republics of Kabardino-Balkaria and Karachay, Cherkessia. Kabardino has the fewest consonants of any northwestern Caucasian language, with 48, including some rather unusual ejective fricatives and a small number of vowels. Kabardino itself has several dialects, including Terek, the literary standard, and Besselny, which is intelligible with both Terek and Adygea. Unlike the Adygea, Kabardino lost many of the consonants that existed in the Proto-Circassian language. For example, the consonants became. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of Abkhazo-Adyghean dialect continuum as we examine its impact and relevance. Abkhazo-Adyghean dialect continuum. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of Abkhaz in this section. Abkhaz has 100,000 speakers in Abkhazia, a de facto independent republic, but a de jure autonomous entity within Georgia, where it is the official language, and an unknown number of speakers in Turkey. It has been a literary language from the beginning of the 20th century. Abkhaz and Abkhazo may be said to be dialects of the same language, but each preserves phonemes which the other has lost. Abkhaz is characterized by unusual consonant clusters and one of the world's smallest vowel inventories. It has only 2 distinctive vowels, an open vowel and a mid-vowel. Next to palatalized or labialized consonants, A is realized as or and as or. There are 3 major dialects, Abzu and Zip in Abkhazia and Sads in Turkey. Now, we shift our focus to Abkhazo, a topic that deserves our attention. Abkhazo has some 45,000 speakers, 35,000 in Russia and 10,000 in Turkey. It is a literary language, but nowhere official. It shares with Abkhaz the distinction of having just 2 phonemic vowels. Abkhazo is phonologically more complex than Abkhaz, and is characterized by large consonant clusters, similar to those that can be found in Georgian. There are 2 major dialects, Tapant and Ashka. Some are partially intelligible with Abkhaz. Get ready for an exciting part as we dive into Ubykh. Ubykh forms a 3rd branch, with parallels to both Adygea and Abkhaz. The population switched to speaking Adygea, and Ubykh became extinct on 7 October 1992, with the death of Tevkisan. A dialectal division within Ubykh was suspected by Georges Dumzel, but the divergent form he described in 1965 was never investigated further. With 81 consonants, Ubykh had perhaps the largest inventory in the world aside from the Kia and Chu families of southern Africa with their extensive system of clicks. There are fringulist consonants and a 4-way place contrast among sibilants. It was the only Northwest Caucasian language never to have a literary form. Let's now shift our focus to relationship to other language families and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. A number of factors make the reconstruction of the Northwest Caucasian proto-language problematic. Most roots in Northwest Caucasian languages are monosyllabic, and many are single consonants. The sound changes are often intricate, and the numerous consonants and sibilant contrasts provide further complexity. Ablaut was extensive and still plays some part in the modern languages. Borrowings between languages of the family were frequent. Extensive homophony occurs in the modern languages. For these reasons, Proto-Northwest Caucasian is widely accepted as being one of the most difficult proto-languages to deal with, and it is therefore more difficult than most to relate to other families. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within connections to Hattic and discover their significance. Some scholars have seen affinities between the Northwest Caucasian Circassian family and the extinct Hattic language. Hattic was spoken in Anatolia, Turkey, in the area around ancient Hattus and modern Bootski, until about 1800 BCE, when it was replaced by the Indo-European Hittite language. The name Hitto-Iberian or Proto-Iberian was proposed by Georgian historian Simon Janashia for a superfamily comprising the North and South Caucasian languages, Hattic and other languages of ancient Anatolia. The Iberian in the name refers to Caucasian Iberia, a kingdom centered in eastern Georgia which existed from the 4th century BC to the 5th century CE. It is not related to the Iberian Peninsula. Many Northwest Caucasian Adyghean family names have prefixes like Hath or Hatti, and one Adyghe tribe has the name Hattikwe from Hatti plus male or son, meaning Hattison. Let's now shift our focus to connections to Indo-European and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. It has been conjectured that the Northwest Caucasian languages may be genetically related to the Indo-European family, at a time depth of perhaps 12,000 years before the present. This hypothesized proto-language is called Proto-Pontic, but is not widely accepted. There does at least appear to have been extensive contact between the two proto-languages, and the resemblances may be due to this influence. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of North Caucasian family as we examine its impact and relevance. Many linguists joined the Northwest and Northeast Caucasian languages into a North Caucasian family, sometimes simply called Caucasian in opposition to Kartvelian South Caucasian, which is thought to be unrelated, albeit heavily influenced by their northern neighbors. This hypothesis has perhaps been best illustrated by Sergei Starostin and Sergei Nikolaev, who present a set of phonological correspondences and shared morphological structure. However, there is no consensus that the relationship has been demonstrated. See the article on North Caucasian languages for details, as well as the external links below. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into higher-level connections and analyzing its key components. A few linguists have proposed even broader relationships, of which the Dini-Caucasian hypothesis is perhaps the most popular. Dini-Caucasian links the North Caucasian including Northwest Caucasian, Basque, Burushaski, Yeniseian, Sino-Tibetan, and Nadian families. However, this is an even more tentative hypothesis than Nostratic, which attempts to relate Kartvelian, Indo-European, Uralic, and Altaic, etc., and which is widely considered to be undemonstrated. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.